Hello and welcome back to lesson number 124. Let me remember I am one with God. Today we will again give thanks for our identity in God. Our home is safe, protection guaranteed in all we do, power and strength available to us in all our undertakings. We can fail in nothing. Everything we touch takes on a shining light which blesses and which heals. At one with God and all the universe, we go our way rejoicing, with the thought that God Himself goes everywhere with us. How holy are our minds, and everything we see reflects the holiness within the mind at one with God and with itself. How easily do errors disappear and death give place to everlasting life. Our shining footprints point the way to truth, for God is our companion as we walk the world a little while. And those who come to follow us will recognize the way because the light we carry stays behind, yet still remains with us as we walk on. What we received is our eternal gift to those who follow after and to those who went before or stayed with us a while. And God, who loves us with the equal love in which we were created, smiles on us and offers us the happiness we give. Today we will not doubt His love for us, nor question His protection and His care. No meaningless anxieties can come between our faith and our awareness of His presence. We are one with Him today in recognition and remembrance. We feel Him in our hearts. Our minds contain His thoughts. Our eyes behold His loveliness in all we look upon. Today we see only the loving and the lovable. We see it in appearances of pain, and pain gives way to peace. We see it in the fabric, in the sad and the distressed, the lonely and afraid, who are restored to the tranquility and peace of mind in which they were created. And we see it in the dying and the dead as well, restoring them to life. All this we see because we saw it first within ourselves. No miracle can ever be denied to those who know that they are one with God. No thought of theirs but has the power to heal all forms of suffering in anyone in times gone by and times as yet to come as easily as in the ones who walk beside them now. Their thoughts are timeless and apart from distance as apart from time. We join in this awareness as we say that we are one with God, for in these words we say as well that we are saved and healed, that we can save and heal accordingly. We have accepted and we now would give, for we would keep the gifts our Father gave. Today we will experience ourselves at one with Him so that the world may share our recognition of reality. In our experience, the world is freed. As we deny our separation from our Father, it's healed along with us. Peace be to you today. Secure your peace by practicing awareness. You are one with your Creator as He is with you. Sometime today, whenever it seems best, devote a half an hour to the thought that you are one with God. This is a first attempt at an extended period for which we give no rules nor special words to guide your meditation. We will trust God's voice to speak as He sees fit today. Certain He will not fail. Abide with Him this half an hour. He will do the rest. Your benefit will not be less if you believe that nothing happened. You may not be ready to accept the gain today, yet sometime, somewhere, it will come to you, nor will you fail to recognize it when it dawns with certainty upon your mind. This half an hour will be framed in gold, with every minute like a diamond set around the mirror that this exercise will offer you. And you will see Christ's face upon it, in reflection of your own. Perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, you will see your own transfiguration in the glass. This holy half an hour will hold out to you to look upon yourself. When you are ready, you will find it there within your mind and waiting to be found. You will remember then the thought to which you gave this half an hour thankfully, or where no time was ever better spent. Perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, you will look into this glass and understand the sinless light you see belongs to you. The loveliness you look on is your own. Count this half an hour as your gift to God in certainty that His return will be a sense of love you cannot find, a joy too deep for you to comprehend, a sight too holy for the body's eyes to see. And yet you can be sure someday, perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, you will understand, comprehend, and see. And further jewels to the golden frame that holds the mirror offered you today by hourly repeating to yourself, let me remember I am one with God, and one with all my brothers and myself, in everlasting holiness and peace. I'm going to read some footprints over here, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience. Acts chapter 8:39 says, and when they came up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord caught up Philip, and the eunuch saw him no more and went on his way rejoicing. This means that our experience of being at one with Him frees the world. In Luke chapter 24:36, and as they thus spake, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them and saith unto them, peace be unto you. This practice period in which you have no rules nor special words to guide your meditation is part of a long-range process in the workbook in which you receive fewer and fewer special instructions for each day's practice and rely instead on your inner guidance, previous experience, and individual needs for the specific content of your practice periods. This lack of explicit instruction is echoed in tomorrow's lesson. Only be quiet. You will need no rule but this to let your practicing today lift you above the thinking of the world and free your vision from the body's eyes. The image here is that the practice period is a mirror set with a golden frame that is studded with 30 diamonds, one for each minute. In this mirror, you will look to see your own true face, face of Christ. Matthew chapter 17. Verse 2 says, and he, Jesus, was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his garments became white as light. The above passage uses this as a symbol for what you will see happen to yourself as you look into the mirror. This holy half an hour will hold out to you. So I want to go back and tell you this. When you read these lessons, and if you truly practice them, you cannot just read and understand, because that is all the ego wants to do in this world, is to tell you that you are capable, you are smart, which you are. You don't need to practice this. So please don't do that. Take these lessons to your heart and practice them. And I will tell you my experience. Initially, when I began the course 7-8 years ago, I read it too. I have to tell you, I wasn't all the time practicing because I've never been good with meditation. I've just recently started meditation. I just spend 10 minutes a day, but 10 minutes I try to be present. And I can tell you, I am not always present. My mind wanders and I bring it back. My mind wanders and I bring it back. I do this. What has happened is, because I am so, my interest is totally in this. If this has got my attention, what has happened is, and I think this is everybody's experience if you do this, and I've heard spiritual teachers talk about this, the thing that you thought just falls away by itself. You don't know when it falls away. It may be hard to comprehend now, but if you keep practicing, there may be something that you're right now holding. I want it this way, or I need this for my happiness. I need to make this happen so that it will, whatever that it is, right? So what happens is, with the practice, and don't kill yourself, like don't feel guilty if you didn't do any of this correctly, because that's again the ego. It wants to make you feel guilty and wants to tell you you're not doing this right, you're not getting it. Don't fall for it. But do the best that you can. Don't expect things to happen. So where it says, that you will see that you've not benefited, nothing has happened. Believe me, something has happened. You just don't know it. Or you are not able to, you're not in that space, and there's nothing good or bad about it. I'm just not aware that something has happened. But at some point, when you go forward in life, and you'll see, I no longer have that, like when if whatever that it is, it doesn't have any effect on me. And that is my personal experience. Just do the practice, and yes, trust that the light within you, the light that is you, that is me, it does the work. Something within you is waking you up. Just be very humble and feel very grateful that this is happening. This is the best thing, the best gift ever. With that, I will come back again in my next video. Love you. See you soon. Namaste.